Hi everyone. It's let's see, it's day 7 and 8 of my Way of St. Francis, and having a great time, healthy, enjoying my walk, my pilgrimage that's going to lead me all the way to Rome, and having a great time. As yesterday, so the day 7, as I told you in the previous video, because there wasn't any place to stay at Condesio, they took us back to Città di Castello, and we then had a car pick us up yesterday morning, at Città di Castello at 8:30ish, and then drive us back to where they picked us up the previous day, and then we started walking. And it was a hard day. It was the ups and downs were big, and of course the downs are easier bigs. It hurts the knees, etc. The ups are more cardio related, and so you're sitting there huffing and puffing as you're walking up these hills. And so it was a good day. Certainly, I'm still at this point contending that this is harder than the Camino de Santiago in terms of the physical strength and stamina it takes to make it through the day. So we had a good day. We walked. I'm going to have to cheat a little bit. I've got my notes here. So we walked 13 miles and in about 6.5 hours. So about 2 miles an hour, which is not a great pace, but given the terrain, it was actually surprisingly that we were able to get 2 miles an hour. And we ended up, and it was, we walked through this one town, Petralunga, that a very beautiful medieval town, had a watchtower, had a city square. There was actually a church, but we didn't go in because there was a funeral going on at the church. But there was a nice restaurant. Went to this restaurant at Petralunga, and I probably had the best caprese salad. I don't know what they did to it. The tomatoes were beautiful. The mozzarella was beautiful. The spices they put on it. Now, it could have been I was hungry, and so anything would have tasted great. But this caprese salad was absolutely excellent. And so we ate there, and that would be the normal place that people would stop on the trek that we took. But the planner that we hired to put this all together actually had us keep going about a mile and a half past Petralunga to a place called, this is going to be terrible, Agriturismo Borgo San Benedetto. Now, I have to say that one of the things I loved about the Camino de Santiago was the camaraderie you made with other pilgrims. And this was one of the most remote, serene, beautiful spots that we have dealt with. And the people, I told it on my Facebook page, but the hosts were so accommodating. The hospitality was so wonderful. We walked up, and it was, oh, you must be tired. Sit down, I'll bring you water. And Kathleen, knowing my tendency towards red wine, says he'd like to have red wine. Oh, bring out a half liter of Villa Rosso, and we're sitting there, and at the same time I got to talk to my wife and my grandson Reed as we were sitting there on the edge of this beautiful mountain. I mean, there was nothing else around it. It was the most serene, beautiful spot I think we've seen, and the rooms were good. The food was excellent, and so we took several pictures. Go out to my Facebook page, either Scott Dicker Facebook or the Relentless Catholic, and look at those pictures. I mean, it was so serene, so remote. You could really feel you could feel the love of God, the love of St. Francis as you're encountering this place, and it was beautiful. And so we got up this morning, and they had the hosts made us bacon and eggs, which the protein was great to have protein, because today we had the longest hike so far. It was about 16 miles, and it took us about 6.5 hours to do it, and it was hard. And I commend my traveling companions Kathy and Stephanie for the effort it took for all of us to walk this. And there was several big ups, and big downs are not difficult, but for me, so that's not something I worry about, but it's cardio is what the big ups are difficult on me, from just breathing and just huffing and puffing as you're going up. So we had, today was that 6 miles and about 6.5 hours, and we end up in a town called Gubbio. Now, Gubbio is very famous in the life of St. Francis, in that at some point, reportedly, the people of Gubbio were being terrorized by a wolf. The wolf was not only attacking the the townspeople, but it was attacking the livestock. And they begged St. Francis, please do something. And one thing you learn about St. Francis is that he believed all creatures were sacred, and that all were, I wouldn't say members of the body of Christ, but they were all Christ, God's creations. And so he went to the wolf and negotiated with the wolf, and negotiated that the townspeople would quit trying to kill him or quit coming after him, but in return, he wanted the wolf to quit attacking the townspeople and quit attacking the livestock. And he said, in exchange for that, the townspeople will feed you. And so the wolf agreed to this, and actually came into the town with St. Francis and extended its paw, and this is the story. And several places around Gubbio have this story of the wolf and St. Francis depicted in several ways. Beautiful statues in different locations, and we walked around town. We saw it. It is a beautiful medieval town, very layered. You can go up to the very top. In the very, very top of the mountain, there is a basilica of I'll probably mess this up, Eufaldo, and I don't know a lot about Saint Eufaldo other than he's patron saint of Gubbio. But there's a basilica that's way up. We didn't take the time to do it, but you can take a cable car up, and there's pictures on my Facebook page where I took pictures of it. So go out and look at those. But it's way up in the mountains. And so it was, we walked around. It was just an amazing town, medieval town, castles, and it's hard to explain. We were sitting outside just before dinner and having a glass of wine, and there was a group of people that were dressed in these ancient type costumes. And as we were walking to dinner, we saw them all waltzing in this piazza with this beautiful music, and they were all waltzing in these old time outfits. And so it was just a great evening in Gubbio, and we're 3 stops away from getting to Assisi. We'll get to Assisi on Monday, which is a big day. That's going to be our first rest day, and I just got to say it's been a great time so far. And I'll be talking to you soon, and this covers basically days 7 and 8. And I hope everybody's doing well at home. I miss my wonderful wife and my grandbabies. I miss Rhett Reed. I miss Braden and Ava, my sons, my daughters-in-law. So, God bless everybody, and we'll be talking to you soon.